Scott has a comment. I feel like I want to lean my phone here, but it's probably going to fall out the window if I do that. Just don't touch it.
Just don't breathe.
Okay.
The comment is, I think that people undervalue also doing the self-assessment work. I think we've both spent a lot of time trying to figure out who we are, why we do the things we do, why we make the choices we make, why we act the way we make, and then are able to communicate that to each other. And being able to do that actually, I think, takes the work aspect of the relationship not away, but it lightens the load because you've already done all the work on yourself.
I think a lot of the work that people talk about is like figuring out each other's things like a love language, or like the stuff I talk about on the podcast with our tendencies. Once you know yourself really well, not only know yourself well, but are willing to know yourself well, like a lot of people just, ignorance is bliss. And like if I didn't recognize that parts of my personality that most of the time people who come to my Instagram like love these things about me, right? Like love that I'm so honest or bold or whatever. I mean, I recognize how that can be received by somebody who I'm not trying to be critical of. I know that it can be received in a way that comes off as very critical. So if I also know that someone like Scott, his love language is words of affirmation, I mean, this is like getting deeper, but like the opposite is also true. Like if I criticize, it's more painful to him than it might be to somebody else who doesn't have words of affirmation as their like top love language. So really getting to know each other in those ways and using personal development and all of that as a means to know yourself and then know each other better. Listen, if you're in a relationship and your partner isn't willing to do this work, you need to get some therapy. People need to be able to, you need to be able to know like what your love language is. Find out what your love language is. Find out what your tendency is if you are an upholder, obliger, questioner, or a rebel.
That's the minimum. And then extra credit is Enneagram.
Enneagram is a really, really good one.
It's a little more intense.
I mean, the two of us read each other's Enneagram report and we were like, oh yeah, that's totally you. Anyway, good night, guys. We'll see you another time. Bye.
Good night.
That's all I've got for you guys today. Remember, I post new videos every week. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this video, or to share what you want to learn more about from me. I'll see you next week.
I basically need for people to read the Enneagram Type 8 assessment before they follow me on Instagram. Can we do that? Can there be like a do not pass go, please read this and know what you're getting into before you tap follow?